Alright, just want to do a real quick video here. What I'm doing is installing a train horn set on my 2002 Tahoe. What we're doing is we're using the factory horn button in the steering wheel to control it. So to do that, we have to add a relay. Okay? So right now I have a solenoid on the train horn going to the blue wire on these little relay. This is a relay holder adapter, and I'll put the wiring diagram I made up so you can see what we did. But this is positive from the solenoid that controls the actual air horn to go off, the train horn, and all we have on this is a ground for the solenoid and power for the solenoid, and that's going into this blue pin, which is going to be 87A, right? So when we switch, I'll have a separate switch that will change from, actually I'm pretty sure it'll be 87. Yeah, that's going into 87, not 87A. 87A is going to be the stock factory horns. So blue is 87. That's going into the solenoid. What we're going to do is have a switch panel in the cab that's going to activate this relay and change which horn is activated from the button on the steering wheel. So normally it's going to be 87A, which we're going to wire to the factory horns. When I hit the switch in the cab, it will power up this relay and change it to 87. When the switch is on, I'll hit the horn on the steering wheel and the train horn will go off instead of the regular electric horns. So I'm in the middle of doing that. Right now, if you're doing this, you need to get this 2-strand cable. It's black and red in the same cable. Really clean up your wiring. So on the passenger side, behind the headlights, you'll have horn wiring. And it's kind of a pain to get to. But you can see behind the grill. Let me see if I can bring this out so I can show you better. What I've done is I've cut the harness coming from the horn. You see right there, the factory colors. There's a connector that goes to the horn. It has a green and a black wire. Black wire is going to be ground, green is going to be power. So we cut the connector off of the horn, but left enough that we can reattach it to another set of wires. So right now, there's no wires going to the horn. I have the connector off, and we have the power wire spliced into from the truck. Okay, so that's going to come up over here to this relay. We're going to ground this black wire, which will be the same ground as over there, and this red wire is now the dark green wire that controlled the horn, that gave power to the horn originally. For the relay, for the relay to work, we need this to go to 30. So it was going to be this red wire to this red, which is actually dark green. Okay, so we're going to wire those, and then we'll have horn power coming through. I just want to show you that. I'll do another video in a sec when I get it finished. Okay, next update. So you can see we have this soldered together. We have our blue wire, which is the power going to the solenoid, like I said. We have the red wire, which is the signal from the horn button on the steering wheel, or where the power comes from, the horn relay, your factory horn relay. Ground for the relay. Okay, and then what we've done is we've started to run a second wire coming back to where the original horn is. Again, it's one of these two-strand wires. We've soldered the original horn relay connector, horn connector back on. We're then going to run this wire into this yellow wire, which is going to be 87A. So that way, well, actually, we're going to splice in this horn too, because there's a horn on both sides of these trucks. but I'll show you that in a sec. Basically we're running wire from the relay back to the horn. We ran a wire from where we cut the factory connector on the truck side of the connection, and now we're doing one for the horn side of the connection. I'll get back with you in a couple minutes. Okay, so what we just did was we just cut this side's horn connector off, and this we're just going to leave alone. There's no reason to run any wires to that, so all we have to do is run the output wire from the relay to this, plug this into the horn. We're going to tie both factory horns into one wire and then connect that to the relay, but that's pretty simple. We'll be with you in a sec. Alright, quick update. So we've ran wire from this connector that's going to that horn. We've ran a wire from the connector in here that goes to that horn down there. We've spliced both of those wires together so we have a common ground and a common power for both of those connectors, and then we're going to tie that into the yellow wire, which is pin 87A on the relay. Should be pretty simple. After that, all we have to do is hook up the white wire, which will be power to energize the relay to switch it between air horn and electric horn. So we'll finish this up. It's getting cold, but I'll finish this up and do another video here in a sec. Alright, so we got everything wrapped up. Got our horns plugged back in, the factory horn connectors plugged in. All the wiring's done. It needs cleaned up and organized and stuff. Some wire zip ties and wire loom and stuff, but it all should be good to go. This horn's plugged in down there. Right now I haven't put the compressor in yet, so I just have it sitting there. I filled it a little bit, but I want to just demonstrate how this works. So my white wire is my trigger wire for my air horn, okay? So I will run a switch panel into the cab, but for right now I just want to show you how the relay works. Red test lead is not hooked up right now, okay? So if we go into the cab and we hit the horn, regular horn. If we then take our white wire on our test lead and hook it up to the positive battery, I don't know if you heard the relay click. The relay clicked, and now we can come into the cab and hit the air horn. So should be fun. Need a little bit more wiring to get done, but works how I wanted it to. We'll just have to wire a switch for power for this white wire, and it'll be good to go. Everything will be done. So thanks for watching. Maybe I'll do an update walk around video of this truck when it's nicer, but it's cold and I'm done with it for today. Thanks for watching. See you later. Alright, I just want to show you one last look. This is finished product. Got all my wires tucked. Got my wire that's gonna go to my switch. Ran up here. Again, it's one of the 2-strand wires, positive and negative. But you can see, nice clean looking install. Gotta put the grill back on and you won't see it, you know. Overall, pretty good. This is the Vixen air horn system. It's got 4 horns and a compressor, or a tank with a built-in compressor. I don't know, it's pretty cheap. Not super high quality, but I got it from a buddy of mine, pretty cheap, so happy with it. Yeah, I'll eventually do another video when I install the switch panel. I got a aux beam switch panel, RGB switch panel, that we're going to install on the battery tray, and everything will be wired real nice on this truck. Alright, thanks for watching. See you soon.